Blessings on blessings on blessings. It's Pastor G.
It's Lady T, and blessings on blessings on blessings.
Yeah, we're excited again about being here on this Monday morning. I'm excited. I'm excited about this Monday morning. How many days? Are you excited?
I'm excited.
It's a good day. It's a good day, a good time to be alive. I'm telling you, it's a good time to be alive. Hey, if you will, go and start sharing this video. I got some important information. I want to say this, and I want to say this with all clarity, all confidence, clarity and confidence. I want to say this. Hey, listen to me. For those of you that are under the sound of my voice, I think you're living in the most incredible time to be alive, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is so important that you understand, or you can be able to judge the time, or have an unction of what's happening right now. Now, this is truth. Whenever the world or the systems that be have exhausted all of their means, that means that we're living in Godland. And so when you're living in Godland, what that means is you can see an actual miracle at any time. You can see a supernatural intervention in your life at any time, because we are far beyond our abilities. And most people go get afraid because, it puts them in this place called being vulnerable, because they don't know what to do. I'm here to tell you that when you get to the end of yourself, you are just at the beginning of your Father in heaven.
Just at the beginning.
And so I wanted to announce that up front. A lot of you that are you're facing things right now. You are at the end of your road. You are being challenged. You're seeing things actually develop right in front of you. And listen to me. You have no idea. You have no idea how you are going to make this work. You have no idea. I want to encourage you, because that's really an exciting position to be, because no other help is going to help you, and you're going to know it.
It's like God's opportunity finally.
Yes.
Like he's been saying, okay, I'm going to keep my hands off of it until you get it to where you can't do nothing with it.
You can't do nothing.
And I think that that's a part of the significance and importance of doctors.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor and he gives you this diagnosis and a prognosis of gloom and doom, and he tells you that he's done all that he can do.
Yes.
That's when the Lord says, okay, now are y'all through with it?
Yeah.
Y'all through with it?
Yes.
Are you really ready? Because I'm ready, but I had to wait until you took your hands off of it, because you had got it up against the wall.
Yeah.
Now let me take it further. Let me intervene now.
Yes.
Because now it's going to be a miracle.
Yes.
Now it's going to be something worth watching.
Worth it.
Now it's going to be a good reason for me to show all of these people, these medical geniuses, to show them that they ain't got the power.
Yes. No. Doctors are not bad now.
Good thing.
Because she's a doctor.
Yes.
Doctors are not bad. What we're trying to tell you is we want to speak to somebody that's listening to us, and perhaps you got the smart people telling you that it can't, it's not, it won't, it's over. We're telling you that it's not. You are just entering into
now.
You're actually in the beginning phase of a miracle working God, that if you ask him, he's going to work some things out. He's going to confound. He's going to use you. Little you to confound the smart people. He's going to take your situation that they said couldn't be. He's going to use you to show them that it can be. That's all we're saying. We're saying that if you can believe by faith, God's got the power to work some things out for you that you never thought would work out for you. You are entering into that season where things are going to work out for you. Now, I believe that this is the best time to be alive. Why? Because we are hearing and we're seeing things that come on TV, and people are afraid, but you are not afraid, because God is not giving you the spirit of fear. He's giving you the spirit of faith. Believe God and watch. I want to speak to everybody that comes into this uplift today. You have the power behind you. You have the power behind you that's authorizing you to believe and say, I declare that I win in this. I'm winning in this. I will have life, and I will have it more abundantly. That's all we're saying. Share us today. Share. We got a good uplift today. We're going to be uplifted today. Thank you, Pastor Deidre. Thank you, Sheila Butler. Thank you so much, Kimberly Gilson Turner. Thank you so much, Katrina Robinson, Margaret Higgins. Hey, Margaret, Priscilla, Pastor Joel, Pastor Rhonda. Mom is in the house. Shay Baby is in the house. Pastor Nola, see you in a minute, man. Pastor Melinda Dowling, blessings. So now, Henrietta, blessings. Now, if you are at the end, this is just the beginning of new life. So something has to end for something to begin. Right? And so for those of you that are ending something, or they told you to end something, look at it through a positive mindset, through a God mindset, saying, okay, that's ending so that my new can begin. I want to begin brand new. I'm going to begin. I'm going to begin it, and I'm going to believe God. It's going to happen for me. It's going to happen for me. It's going to happen for me. Now, when I was saying that, when you were talking about the doctors, we're not against doctors. Amen. She's my wife. Give her a little bit. She's going to be Dr. Whitmore. So we believe in that. But there are things that she know in all of her education, that there's a place that you come to the end of your education. and so when you come to the end, they still believe God. That's not the end of everything. That's just believe the end of man's intervention. Now God's going to step in. Yes, we can pray for your wife, Thurman Stewart. We pray for your wife. What's her name? Robin. Okay, we're praying for you that God will intervene in your situation. All right. Christy Jones, blessings, Christy. Good to see you. Robbie Whitmore, blessings. Now, I want to show you something. According to your faith, be it unto you, right? Now, for those of you that are seeing things, and we're going to see things. Right now, we're seeing things form. But remember, I started teaching this full coverage assurance about 2 months ago, and I did like 12 parts of that series. This was before the coronavirus broke out. Remember, before the information came. And God was urgently saying that, he that dwelleth in the secret place, what he was saying, I'm covering people. And then he says, they are guarded against the noisome pestilence. We didn't know what that was. We thought that was saying noisy pest. And so when we said noisy pest, we thought it was talking about some mosquitoes and flies and stuff. Noisome is a like something that has rotted, that stinks. Noisome is something that is that have become rotten because of what is it, when it ruins. And then pestilent is infectious diseases. And so God had already given us a pre-warning that there was something coming that was going to be a noisome pestilence. And we were already prepared that 1,000 on my side, 10,000 on my right hand, but it shall not come near my dwelling place. He had already warned us. Don't be afraid of what you hear. Don't be scared. Just come to me for your intervention, and I'll cover you. I'll cover your house. I'll make sure that you don't see it in your life, even though you see it on your television. I'll make sure you are covered. And so God has got us covered. Now, I want to speak specifically. As we move to the text today, I want to say something to you. Weapons will form. You look at things that you think have the possibility of taking you out. That's what weapons are for. Weapons are for protection, and then people use weapons to produce harm. When you see a weapon form, don't be afraid. You're going to see many things in this journey called life. You're going to see many things, but your faith has got to be in the one that protects you. You have a protector. You have a comforter. You are a child of God. You might be the runaway from home. I don't care what it is. The prodigal ran away from home, but his daddy always looked out for him. You might not be in the place that you think that you can even have faith in God. It's not about your ability and what you've done. It's about the Father that never left his state. He's still here saying, I love you. I still protect you. You're not healed because of your work. You're healed because of the work of the cross. So healing is still a part of your inheritance. Don't you ever forget that. And so he says, I still protect you because you're my child. How many of you have children, even though they might have made a mistake and they might have told you, I'm not talking to you no more, but you still have sleepless nights from the person that told you they won't even talk to you no more. You still got sleepless nights for people that say they don't want to see you. So your Father in heaven is still concerned about your well-being. Even though you might have turned your back on him, he says, I can't turn my back on you because I love you too much. And he says, in this journey, you're going to see things happen. Yes. You're going to see weapons form. You might think that they have the power to take it. No. I just see how emphatic I said that. I'm so done with people not knowing that God has got their back. He wants your confidence to come back so you can start pursuing life again. You need to go after life again. You're too valuable. You're too valuable to live your life like you're living your life. You're too valuable to think that you're nothing. You're too valuable to sit back and do nothing with your talented self. Get up and do something. Get up and do something. Get up and do something. Now, I'm going to show you, because you're going to see things form, because life is never easy when you're going after the things that you know that you want and know that you've been praying for. Life is not easy. Life will happen. Life will happen. Life will happen. But you got to understand that everything that I'm facing, everything that I'm challenged with, I have the ability inside when I can get past all the things that went wrong. If I can get past that, I will discover that I've got the ability inside me currently, right now. I got it inside me to overcome this. I just need to settle myself so that God can give me the strategy to overcome what I'm facing. That's all it is. He want to download a strategy. Now, watch this. I want to read something. This is Isaiah chapter 54. I'm actually reading from the 55th chapter, but I want to read something from the 54 that segues into the 55th verse. Right. Now, it's verse number 16, and I want you to see this because this is interesting. Verse number 16, Isaiah 54:16. This is segue. Now, the text today is, Lord, fill me up. Fill me, Lord. I want to be filled with His goodness and His. When I'm filled with His goodness, that means I'm filled with His mind. I'm filled with His thoughts. I'm filled with His power. I'm filled with His strategy. I'm filled with everything. So I can master this life because He's filling me with the things I need to master this life. Because He is the constructor of life. He is. And He want to construct a new life if the one you lived have gone astray. He want to rebuild in you. Now, here it is. Isaiah chapter 54, verse number 16. He says this. Now, this is a confidence builder. Watch this. God want to be the confidence. He says, behold, he says, I want to make an announcement to somebody. I want to make an announcement. Look, notice I said, I want to make an announcement. He says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. That's interesting. He says, behold, he says, in case you didn't know, in case you had no idea, he says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
My God.
Now, interesting. Now, reading in this context in scripture, smith are what you call blacksmith. And if you ever watched any cowboy movies and everything, the blacksmith was the one that would build the horseshoes to put on the horses. And he would build all the instrument using fire. Yeah, he would do all that stuff. The blacksmith were the one that made it. If you needed a sword or whatever, you went to a blacksmith to build a sword. Even to go into war, you had a blacksmith that would create that. Any kind of weaponry, any kind of tools used to do gardening, anything. The blacksmiths were the ones that was responsible for building that. Now, I need you to see this because now here's what the scripture said. God is saying, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Now look at it. The blacksmith are the one that build the weapons, right? And so for him to have the fire hot enough to build the weapon, because the fire had to be really hot. Anybody in the midst of the fire? And the fire had to be really hot. And so he had to blow on the fire to make the fire rise. You know, that's how we have the brush fires that turn into a massive forest fire. The wind blows it and it goes and spreads. And so he says, I'm the one that created the smith that blows on fire. In other words, he's the weapon builder. And he created the weapon builder that blows on the fire to make it real hot. Now watch this. That make it real hot and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Listen, for his work. Listen to what text said. And I have created the waster to destroy. Now here's what God is saying to you. He wants you to have confidence. He says, I am the one that created the smith, the one that builds the weapons, the one that builds these things that you perhaps might think that's going to destroy you. He wants you to have confidence. Now, we read in Colossians chapter 1, verse number 13, 14, 15, 16. It says, all things was created by him and for him. Now, he wants you to live in confidence that you are connected to him. So what you are seeing is not outside of his power or his ability to control. That's what he's saying. Now, he says, I build the smith because you're going to see some weapons that you think are created to work against you. And he wants you to know, no, I said all things work together for your good. I have created the smith that's building the weapon that you are seeing currently, and they are controlled by me. Now listen, if you don't understand this, you will be running scared as opposed to be running in confidence that this weapon that God has created is not to kill me. It's for me to be able to forge forward.
Wow.
I'm going to use this weapon to forge forward. I have been losing because I didn't have the proper weapons to fight with. But this next season of my life, he said, no. I created the smith that creates the weapon. Now, the weapons might have gotten into the wrong hand because you didn't know that the smith that created the weapon was created by me for your good. He says, I need to re-explain to you. You got more for you than you have against you. Now, go back and take possession of what I built. The smith will agree with you if you come and say, now I come to get the weapon so I can forge forward. Watch it. Now watch it. He says, and also I have created the waster to destroy. Now this weapon, I know that I created the waster to destroy. I created the waster to destroy everything that's trying to destroy you. Now, we never read that. What we've read is the 17th verse. Now, watch what the 17th verse, because it's segued to 17. 16 is the segue to 17. Here's what 17 said. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Why is that? How can this be? Because if I see the weapon, it's supposed to prosper. He says, no weapon that is formed against thee. Now, it wasn't formed by God because God created the smith that formed the weapons or formed the instruments. And so if there's a weapon against you, that means that somebody has taken illegal control of something and tried to turn it against you. God built that for your favor, not for you to fail. And so if there's a weapon that is trying to be against you, it's because somebody has illegally taken control. I need you to, you're missing this. So you don't have to be afraid of what God created for your good.
Wow.
He created this for you to be able to forge forward. I know it's done got into the hands of an enemy. Well, go take it back from an enemy. Go and say, hey, that's mine. I need it back because I'm moving forward with what God has blessed me with. Y'all need to be sharing me today because this is an interesting text. So he says, no, don't worry about it. I'm creating some things. So now you got to look again because there's some things you've been running from. It's actually things that are created for your advantage. They are all around you. So now I got to have the mind of God so I can see that God created this. This is not against me, even though the enemy is telling me this is going to kill you. You can't kill me because no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. In other words, don't let people talk about you. Here's what we done. Here's what we done. Here's what we done. And here's what we do. And we continue to do. We're going to break it today. Here's what we do. We let people come in and judge and talk about and give an opinion about something that they see us failing in. Or their interpretation is that you failing. Now they don't even understand. They have no idea that even though I might be failing or not excelling in this one area, I've got 10 other things I'm juggling with my other hand. I got 10 other things I'm juggling with my other hand. I got a family, I got children, I got a job, I got all this. I'm working, and now since I got all these things I'm successfully juggling, I might have something on this hand that I'm struggling with. But don't you get it twisted and stop letting people tell you that you're failing because they see one area. You got to know within your own self that I'm juggling 10 things over here and I'm successful. I'm doing it. You got to look at where you are. You got to say, hey, look, I'm juggling. I got single mothers that think they're failing because somebody done swimmed into their life and told them that they are failing because this one area of relationship they think they're not matched because you are not doing everything they want. But you got 10 other things over here that come on, stop listening. Stop listening to people making a judgment on your life when they don't know your entire life. God says you need to focus on Him because this next season of your life is the success season in your life.
Yes, sir.
This is success season in your life. Stop listening to them naysayers and them haters and them people that are taking control of something they think gonna kill you. God says they can't kill you if you stop listening to them.
Yes.
Now, here it is. A tongue that shall rise against you, you can judge, you can condemn. The Bible says this is your ability, this is your power and your privilege. You talk to those tongues that is talking against you and telling them, I condemn you now. What does condemn me? I explained this about a month ago. When you go to a building that's been condemned, at one time perhaps it might be a thriving building with people in and out, working in and out, but now it has been condemned because it's no longer usable. It's got some damage in the foundation. Now hear me. So he says every tongue that rises up against you, condemn it. What does it mean? You need to tell that tongue that rises up against you that you are no longer usable. I've moved away from. You can't condemn me. Now watch this. I got to end because I got a revelation. I need to share. So you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. This is not a one-time thing. This is your heritage. You are the condemner of voices that condemn you and tell you you can't. That's your privilege in God. That's your privilege. You condemn all voices. This is your inheritance, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. The Lord says, I'm giving you the right to get rid of every voice, every weapon that you think is going to kill you. You got the complete authority to disregard. Disregard. Don't fight against it. Disregard it. Now, you're not going to be a part of this. You can't be a part of this. That's your power. Take authority. Take control. Use your privilege in God to condemn everybody. Stop letting people tell you you're a felon in one area when you are juggling 10 or 20 things over here. You're mastering it. You haven't even had time to even congratulate yourself on what you're mastering because you're so focused on what they said about this one area that you're trying to add to. And you're adding it to it because you're trying to help them. And so it's taking attention away from what you are being blessed by God to master. You better get yourself together because this next level is about to be a blessing to you and you don't need to be distracted. Now, that was 54. Now, I want to segue into 55 because this is going to be interesting. 55. Now, I'm going to start reading in verse number 1 on 55. And I got to get you this word to you because this is an introduction to something. And I want to go into the spirit realm because I need you to hear me. This is not spooky, but this is true. This is where we are. Now, watch it. 55. Since we did 54, let's go 55 too.
All right.
Let's segue. Now, watch this. 55. Watch this. It says, ho! Look at this. Ho! Ahoy there. It's, hey, listen. Now watch this. Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. Come ye to the waters, and he that had no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Did you hear that? Yeah. It says, hey, I'm making an announcement. Hey, now, watch this. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me very closely. God is making an announcement. It's like a clarion call that's going out right now. Hello, world. Hey, world. This is God speaking. Hello. Now, what is he saying? He said, hello, everyone that thirsted. If you are thirsty in this season, you are about to be filled up.
Come on.
Hello. You ever went into a house and you didn't know if anybody was there and the door was open? And you say, hello, anybody in? That's what God is saying. He's knocking at the door. That knock you hear is God saying, hello, everybody. Listen what he said. He says, everyone that thirsted, if you are hungry. Now listen to me. He says, if you are hungry in this season, you are going to be filled. He says this won't even affect the people that are not thirsty. If you're not thirsty, you won't even hear this call. This call is only going out to those that are thirsty. Are you thirsty? He says, if you've been thirsting, he says, you are about to be filled. Now, Matthew chapter 7. Let me go to Matthew chapter 7 real quick because I need to see something there. Matthew chapter 7. Verse number 11. I need to drop this into somebody's spirit. Matthew chapter 7, verse number 7. Matthew 7. Let's go there. Here it is. Now hear what the Lord said. Ho, ye that thirst. If you're thirsty, I'm about to give you a drink of water. You're about to get a drink. You're about to get a refreshing drink. Now here it is. Matthew chapter 7 said, ask and it shall be given. This is for the people that are asking in this season. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Seekers, the askers are about to be filled. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. And knock and it shall be open. In other words, the doors that you were afraid that would not come open to you, he says, I'm going to give you an opportunity to go knock again because you're going to see things that you were afraid of in the past season not be privy, not be your blessing, going to be your blessing. If you would have the initiative, if you're thirsty, you go knock on that door and watch what happens. It's going to be so wonderful that you know how you ever tried to knock on the door and it just came open at the knock. You didn't even have to push.
Yeah.
This is what he's saying to you. Hello, behold, those of you that are thirsty. He says, I'm about to fill you. Now look at it. He says, for everyone that asketh, receive it. Now you can't beat that. If you're asking, if you're thirsty, you're going to receive. Listen, and he that seeketh is going to find. Watch this. No excuses. And to him that knock, it shall be open to you. This is the different season. Pastor, I tried it and I was denied. This is not the time for you not to have faith. This is the time for you to aggressively say, I'm going again. I feel brand new. I'm brand new. I'm going to go knock on this door again. He says, so everybody that asketh receive, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. Now, ninth verse. Now, here's God speaking like a God, like a master father. He said, or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, he will give him a stone?
Come on.
Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? Now listen to what God says. He boldly says this. He says, be very specific in this season. And don't think I'm going to give you something outside of what I called you to or bless you to be. He said, this is not the season you're going to receive things that are distasteful. This is the season that you're about to experience the things and receive the things that is going to make you happy. This is your happy season. This is the season that you're going to see a God intervention like you have never seen before. This is the season that you are going to see what you've been praying for.
Yes,
God is coming into agreement with you in this season. I need you to believe this. In spite of all that I failed in, and in spite of all of my disappointments, I believe again because I'm going to see. Why, Pastor G? Because the timing is right. When he makes that call, when he makes that call, I'm looking for those that are looking for me.
Come on.
Let's connect. I'm looking for those that are looking for me. You've been looking for me. I won't hide myself in this season. I'm not going to hide myself in this season. Blessed are they. Now, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse number 6. This is what he said. He says, blessed are they. Blessed are they. Blessed are they that which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. That's an interesting passage. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, they shall be filled. Now, let me share something with you right there. Now, I've been teaching for quite some time on how we have constructed a life based off people's opinion of life for us, or what they thought would be a good life. For us, and we lived our entire life, and so now we're coming to this place in our road. Here's what this place is suggested to us. You feel like something ain't right. It feels like I'm in a box. We were talking about that the other day. You're doing good things, but it feels like you're in a box. And let me explain to you why you feel like this. You feel like this because you've been doing good things, but it was never really the thing that God created you for. Now, you can live your life a long time being good and happy with what other people wanted you to do because you constantly get the applause of them because you work so well in what they thought that you should do. But there comes a time in your life, and so many are experiencing right now, that it just don't feel right anymore. That's good stuff, and I appreciate it, and I love you, but there's something inside me that is saying it's different than I've ever experienced before. And now you can be 40 years old, you can be 80 years old. Moses got it at 40. He got it at 40, where he was reared in Egypt, but there was a call for what God had really created him for. And so what happens, he says, he that hungers and thirsts after righteousness shall be filled. In other words, you are hungering and thirsting in this season for righteousness, which means that God created me for, that might opposes what they have placed me in and told me what I was good at, and I worked in my entire life. And now I find myself working really hard, but I'm still depressed. I'm still feeling some kind of way. It's because now is the time for you to be released in what God created you for. You're going to be in right standing with God. You did good, but now you're about to do God. And so that means that your life is about to switch, and you're about to get traction, and you're about to do some significant work. This is going to be such a fulfilling time. This is going to be such an incredible, fulfilling time. But you got to get your mind over what the things that you're suffering, or the things that you are going through right now, the emotional up and downs of your life right now. Things are good, but no, I don't know. And things are this, and I don't know. And that's a part of the segue out of what was into what is. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, that's a segue from what was to what is. Are you listening to me? So this is the time. He says, "Oh, it's time. It's time." Some people are getting that clarion call right now.
Right now.
Hey, it's time. I know that was good. Thank you so much for that. A lot of people were pleased and happy with you, but I'm shifting you into destiny now. I'm shifting you into destiny. You're going to have to answer this. You're going to have to answer this. You're going to have to answer this. Please hear me. You got to answer this destiny call in your life for you to be fulfilled, because you can work real hard. You can be doing good things. The whole church can call your name and you still not be happy when you get to your house, because I know I'm doing good. I know I'm doing a lot of things that are making a lot of people excited, but me, I'm helping you, but I'm hurting me. So now it's a segue into you.
Wow.
Now, everybody that embrace the true you are going to be happy if they will allow themselves. But your focus got to be, now I got to go after God. Now I got to go for what God said. Now watch this. Everyone that thirsty, come ye to the waters. Listen, come ye to the waters. I'm about to give you a refreshing drink. A refreshing drink. A refreshing. Now it's interesting, because when I read scriptures, it's interesting how scripture is constructed. Now look at this. It says, everyone that thirsty, come ye to the waters. He says, ho, meaning that's a clarion call that people's ears are inclined. And he says, okay, if you're thirsty, I'm going to fill you this season. Now listen to what text says. Listen to what text says. It says, come ye to the waters, and he that had no money, come ye. Now listen to this. Listen. He that had no money, come ye. Come ye, buy and eat. Yeah, come. Buy wine and milk without money and without price. Now that's an interesting thing. That sounds like a contradiction. How is this you telling me to buy and I don't have money? Now, listen to me now. Listen to this. He's saying you're going to come and you are about to buy. Now he's suggesting those that have no money come. Listen. I'm leaping inside. And he that have no money, come ye. Come ye that have no money. Now, buy and eat. Yeah, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Now. He's telling you that this next level of life, what he's about to give, is a gift. It does not come from your labor. What he's trying to give you is a gift. You've been working. Now, how do you know the gift from the labor? When you are having to go and work real hard to please people, that's not God's gift.
Come on.
Now, he says, what I'm trying to give you is a gift. Now, watch this. You will buy, let me read to make sure. Let me read it. And you will buy and eat. Yea, you will buy wine and milk without money. In other words, if I'm able to purchase without money, that means that it has already been purchased by somebody else. I just got a voucher to show that I can get my merchandise with. Now, here's what he's saying. The life that I want you to have in this season has already been purchased. I'm giving you a card, if you will, to go and pursue life, and whatever you need to live life, you're going to show that it's already been paid for.
Yes.
You just need to pull your truck up there so they can load the merchandise on it. This is not something you need to negotiate for. You've already, listen, this is going to be so incredible that the people that you're about to connect to has already got the instructions on what you need. So when you back up, you don't have to get out your truck. They're going to load it on to your, listen to me now, I'm making a hypothetical. I'm trying to get you to see something. And so this next season of life is going to be so incredible that your connections are going to be people that already know what you need, because God has already downloaded into them exactly this connection. This is going to be an incredible season. Listen to me. So now what you got to do is get over the people that you had to labor to get their attention. You've been laboring to get people attention. He says this next level is not you laboring. You're going to be able to buy. In other words, the people that you go to is going to say, here's the stuff that you need to move into your next. I'm prophesying to somebody.
Yes, sir.
The people that you are connecting to, you don't have to even know them. You don't have to know them. They don't have to know you. Only thing they know is that God told me to invest this into you. I don't know why I'm doing it, but he told me this is what you needed. And I'm going to obey God. I'm going to do what he told me to do. No ifs, no ands, and buts about it. I'm going to give to you what God told me to give to you. That's what I'm going to do for you. Now he says, oh, come that thirst. He said, this is only for the people that hunger and thirst. if you are ready to do God's will, he's going to resource you with the things you need to absolutely do it. Now, everything God gives you is not just for you and your family. He want to give you enough that you can bless somebody else.
Yes.
And so he says, you're going to come by and you don't have money, because this is not a thing that you labor for. This is something that is a gift to you. This is the part. Now, here's what God is saying. If I've given you the life to live, if this is my ordained life, then it's only normal for me to resource the life that is ordained by me. If I created it, I have to resource it. So it's important that you start living the life that God created, as opposed to the life that somebody told you were good at. Now, watch this. When I start living in the life and in compliance with the life that God has created, he says, I am obligated to resource that life with everything that pertaining to life, both naturally and spiritually. I will fill you with that stuff. When you are living what somebody else created, they are responsible for your emotions. So now you look to them every day to give you an attaboy day. You look to them to say, I'm pleased with you. You look to them to give you all of that. But God says, when I give you the life, when you come to this well because you're thirsty, then I'm going to give you a connection that every time you need it, it's going to spring up from the inside of you.
My God.
Ooh, you won't even need people. People will be just a part. They'll be thankful to be around you, because you'll be so consumed in destiny that it won't even matter if you won't even know who came in and out, because I'm so consumed with destiny. Are you listening to me now? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The second verse says, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread? Can I explain? Now, it says, wherefore, it is not asking you the question. It is actually making a statement. It says, wherefore, he says, look at what you're doing. You are spending money for that which is not bread. You keep spending your time, your resources in your life trying to buy something that never can fulfill you. You keep buying people's attention. You keep buying their you want them to see you, and you working real hard to please them. He says it never satisfied you. It never quenched your thirst. It never fulfilled you. You didn't know it. That's why you're sweating. That's why it's so difficult right now, because you got to get up in the morning and you got to go to work to please all of these people. Listen to the text. It says, wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Listen to the text. Hearken diligently unto me and eat that which is good. I'm giving you something. He says, if you will hear my voice, I'm giving you something. I'm about to quench your thirst. I'm about to fill your belly. I'm about to make you happy in this next season of your life. And eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Now listen to that. Let your soul delight itself in fatness. Now let me share with you. Let me share. Your soul is your mind, your will, your emotion, your intellect, and your imagination. He says, let your soul, the places of your emotion, come eat from my table, so you can get your creativity back, so you can be emotionally stable again. This only comes when you eat the diet that I'm feeding you. If you listen and you eat their diet, you're going to be emotionally up and down. This has been your problem. This is why you lost creativity, because you had to wait to see how they felt before you feel like you could be creative. You have to wait to see, are they good? And if they good, then I can be good. You have to wait to see if he like what you had on. You have to wait to see if he, are you listening to me? And so you have to wait until, now that's labor. You're not creative there. You're not creative. And so if you have invested all of that in what they think, you can't even be creative until you find out what they think about it.
Wow.
So you're going to hold up. You miss a whole day of creativity waiting for them to come into your presence to say it's good. Now you start working, and now you're already behind because you have to wait to see what they thought about what you were thinking about. He says, if you will come and eat of this table, I'm going to release some things into you so you can fill that space and push them out. So you can fit them out. Now watch this. Third verse. I got a revelation. I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out now. So it says, incline your ear and come unto me. The clarion call is out. He says, if you hear this clarion call, oh, come all ye that thirsty. and I'm going to give you something that you're not going to have to pay for. You're going to buy without money. Now watch this. He says, this is third verse, this is Isaiah 55 verse number 3. He says, incline your ear. Okay, pay attention. I need you to be paying attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. He's calling out to the people that have failed. He said, the clarion call is coming out to you. Pay attention and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. In other words, there it is. Your creativity is coming back. Your soul is coming alive. He's reconnecting again. He's reconnecting. Adam, at creation, was a living soul. When he started listening to other voices, he became a dead soul. And so he says, incline your ear because you were dead. I'm about to bring you back to life and give you your connection back. Now, I need to show you this. And now watch this. Incline your ear and come unto me, hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant. Watch this. I will make an everlasting covenant with you. Even, listen to what this text says, even the sure mercies of David. I need you to hear me right now. I need you to take away all of your preconceived ideas, your pre-ideas. I need you to take all that away because you'll mess this whole thing up trying to add that old bread to this new bread. Take all of that stuff away. Hear me what I'm about to say because I'm about to break something down. I feel a revelation right now. Hear me. It says, incline your ear, hear me in this season, and come unto me, hear, and your soul shall live. I'm gonna give you a new soul, a living soul. I'm gonna bring it back to life, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you. Hear me. I will make an everlasting covenant with you. Now, notice what kind of covenant it is. Even the sure mercies of David. Now, listen to that. It didn't say the grace. Now notice it says mercy. Mercy is a different component than grace. Mercy is a grace agent. Now, what? Grace will send out mercy to rescue those that is trying to put grace on.
All right.
So if you see mercy, now watch this, watch this. It says the sure mercies of David. Now watch this. The sure mercies of David is this. Listen, David should have been taken out by Saul, who was a powerful king. David escaped him several times. And so in other words, the mercies of David, mercy is the things that should have killed you and God didn't let it. Grace is what you don't deserve. Mercy is that what you do deserve don't catch you. And so he says, sure mercy of David is Saul in his powerful attempt with all his resources can never pin you down to kill you. That's one mercy. Now it says the sure mercies of David. Here's number 2. 2 Samuel chapter 11, when David saw Bathsheba out there and he went and he committed an act with a married woman and it should have took him out. God allowed him his name not to be killed where he lost his reputation.
My God.
Number 2. Number 3, 2 Samuel 24, 1 Chronicles 21. David made a bad decision and fell out of faith and began to number the people. God didn't allow him to be taken out by a bad decision. So when he says, if you are hearing me in this season, all of your bad decisions that should have took you out, all the things that you done wrong, should have messed up your life, all the things that you indulged in that should have been the end, I'm gonna give you the David mercy, and I'm gonna build a legacy with you. If you can hear in this season, I'm gonna exonerate your record. I'm gonna let you buy in the places that you should have never bought. I'm gonna let you live again in the places that you thought was over. If you hear my voice in this season, that's why it's so important that you let go of all that nonsense that you've heard that are only talking points. They're not bringing in any life. They're not bringing in any life. Let that stuff go. Let that stuff go. Now watch this. So now I'm talking about the waters that you have. He says, oh, come. And those of you that thirst. Now listen, every time you think of this passage, please hear me now. I need to share something with you. I need to share something with you. This well, because this is Isaiah talking about a well, a water that is going to bring life again. Hear me now. You can share me now, because I'm going to open up something here. Watch this. Watch this. Now, we think about this woman at the well. That when we think of water, we think about the woman at the well. I was. The Lord told me to look at that again. I looked at it again in John chapter 4. I'm going to open up Revelation, perhaps you never heard in your life before. Now let's look at this. So Jesus comes into Samaria, right?
Okay.
Texas is coming into Samaria, and he landed at a place, a well. It was Jacob's well, right? Now watch this. Watch this. He set up on the well. He set up on the well, and as he sat on the well, he encounters this woman that came to the well to get some water.
Okay.
And so Jesus asked her, "Hey, give me a drink of water." And then she replies to him, and she replies to him, and the woman of Samaria said unto him, "How is it that thou being a Jew asking me for water? How is it that you are going to ask me for something? We already know that there's a difference between me and you." Watch it. It's very important. Very important. Jesus answered her. Listen to this text. Jesus answers. Watch Jesus answer her. "If thou knewest the gift of God and who it is that said to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water." Now, even though this was an actual exchange, but there's a spiritual meaning for 2020. Okay. And I need to explain that spiritual meaning because we're shifting right now. I don't need you to miss this in the spirit realm. I do not need you to miss this in the spirit realm. So anytime I hear the water, as Isaiah 55 says, "Ho, come ye that thirsteth," I think about the woman of the well. And so after thinking about that, because that's a natural thought, because we've heard it, but God downloaded into me today. He says, listen to me. There's more to this story than just hearing the story and hallelujah and all that. He says, I'm shifting something right now. I'm trying to give something right now. Now listen to me real closely. So here it is. He's encountered this woman in Samaria. I think it's interesting how this text is constructed about the well, that's Jacob well, when the woman asked the water and Jesus says something to her. She says to him, "Are you greater than my father Jacob?" Now Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that is a system by which the children of Israel comes through the natural prosperity of Abraham. And they were the people of law that Moses gave law to. Anytime God is getting ready to shift a paradigm, the first place he's going to sit is on tradition. And here he is, he's walking into the land that was given to Jacob. Now, the Bible says it. So he sets on tradition because he's about to shift something in the minds of people, and he's about to give something to people that did not or do not deserve it. They are the outcast. This is why the woman is saying to Jesus, "How are you talking to me, being a Jew and I'm a Samaritan? We don't even come together. We don't even talk to each other." This is a season that the outcasts are about to be included. This is a shift season. Hear me. There's some people that's been thirsty and you thought that you were not qualified for the water, and he's about to come to you. So he tells this woman, he says, "Give me a drink." Now, here's what I need you to understand. The segue into new life is always God asking you for something. First step, when he get ready to shift your life and to give you something, he's going to require you to give up what you got. That's the proof that you want what he got. Whenever he shows up and says, "Give me something." Because I am not going to put this new wine in the old wineskin. Okay. I am not going to sew new clothing on the old. So the first step for those of you that want this new life, he's going to require something of you. And you have got to be able to say, I'm going to let go of what was to accept what is. Now listen to this. This woman meets him at the well. The Bible says 6 hours. So now she is doing what she customarily does. So what God is saying in Revelation is he's going to meet you in your regular routine.
Right, well, yeah.
What you've been doing. This next season is going to be interesting because he does not want to take you out of your routine. He wants you to be changed and go back into the routine and deal with the people that know you in your routine because he needs to bless the people that are in your routine. So many times we get this and we think that God is taking away from the contact. No, he's saying, I'm giving you this to take to your contact because your contacts need to see you change. So number one, he's going to ask you for something before he gives you something. Now he tells this woman, he says, listen to me, chick. If you knew who and what is the gift of God? Now, John 10:10 tell you clearly what the gift of God is. What is the gift of God? The gift of God is I came that you have life and it more abundant. I'm asking you for something that's a part of your old life so I can give you this new life. I want to give you new life, and I want to give the new life to you in abundance. But are you willing to let go of that to get what I'm trying to give? Now, he's meeting her in her context. He's sitting on her tradition. She have accepted that this ain't for me. I'm a Jew. I'm a Samaritan. You're a Jew. But he says it doesn't matter. Now listen, he's having a whole conversation. He said, you talking old talk to me. We used to say that my father worship over there and your father worship over there. He says, now it's not happening. I'm accepting everybody because that's the gift of God. For God so loved the world that he's sending to everybody in whatever context they are in. Now watch this, 8th verse. Now listen to the midst of this. Jesus having a conversation. I think it's strange, but now I understand. Watch this. Strange how it says, for his disciples. Now he put this in practice. For his disciples were gone away into the city to buy meat. His disciples were gone. Look at that. Why would they stick that in the middle of there? What does that matter? Because when he meets you in this next season, all of your condemners are going to be sent away, so you won't. This is a one-on-one. Wow. So he sends his disciples into the city to do what? Buy. Well, he say it to you in Isaiah, this is something that you're not going to have to purchase. So the people that you thought were the people that's supposed to, they out buying stuff. Now he's building a covenant with you and saying, I'm going to give you something while they out buying. They still laboring. They still trying to get through their resources. I'm trying to give to you something that you don't have to buy. And so now watch this. So this woman comes to the conclusion. Listen to what she says. She says, okay, that sounds interesting. Watch this. That sounds interesting, Lord. And she says, I want this water. He said, listen. The woman said, and sir, thou hast nothing to draw with. He says, no, don't worry about that because I'm not laboring this season. There's something to give. Now, the 15th verse of John 4, the 15th verse, this just dropped in my spirit, man. Listen to this. The 15th verse says, the woman said unto him, sir, give me this water that I may thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Yeah. Are you listening to me? Listen to this. Now, here's another strange reply from Jesus. Now, watch what the reply from Jesus is. Jesus says unto her, go call thy husband and come thither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, thou hast well said, I have no husband. Listen to that. Listen to that. Now, if you go naturally, you're going to think about the natural context. This is for a spiritual context. Okay. Now, Jesus is done told this woman, you need this water. You need it urgently. So she comes and says, oh, well, okay, I'm with you. I do need this water. And the next text is, I thought he would just say, well, here. But he says to her, no, you can't have it until you get your husband. Come on, get covered. Until you get your husband. You can't do it. Now listen to this revelation. Listen to this revelation. I was reading this and I'm like, Lord, why would you stick that in the middle of this? They're asking this woman for a husband. He then revealed it to you. Oh my God. He says the answer is in the 3rd chapter. Now watch this. This is a shifting to people that God is including. Other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them I must also bring. I'm going to get. I have them, I'm bringing them. Now watch this. Here's Jesus send his disciples out to get buy meat, and he's in Samaria, which is a hostile territory. How do Jesus go into a hostile territory, send his 12 posse out to another territory and say, I'm here alone? Because I'm about to say something, I'm about to do something for the people that you're not going to think qualified. And I'm about to give them something that you think that we have to labor for this. He says, no, I'm giving it to the next group. The next group will get it. Now watch this. He says, you can have it after she's saying I want it. He says, but you got to go get your husband. Now here it is. This is not a natural picture. All right. If you think natural, you're going to miss the whole picture. Now watch this. The 3rd chapter of John says this. Now watch this. I need to show you. John says, ye yourself bear witness that I said, I am not the Christ. Listen, I am not the Christ. Listen, I am not the Christ. Listen to what John says. I am not the Christ, but that I am sent before the Christ. Listen to what the 29th verse. Here's the revelation. He says, he that had the bride is the what? Bridegroom. He that had the bride is the bridegroom. But the friend of the bridegroom which standeth and heareth him, rejoice greatly because of the bridegroom's voice. This my joy, therefore, is fulfilled. John is announcing a bridegroom coming.
All right.
John is announcing a bride. If there's a bridegroom coming, who is the bridegroom looking for? A bride. And so now we segue into the 4th verse. Jesus comes into Samaria to find his bride. And he says to the bride, before I can give you the water, I need you to know that you need to change your husband.
Woo, my God.
Listen, because I'm trying to connect to you and give you a destiny. I want you to become the bride where you don't have to labor. I got enough to take care of you. You're going to be able to buy with no money because my name is going to be good if you take on my name. Now watch this. Watch this. Now when the Lord says to me, he says, now watch this. The inheritance come in the natural connotation. The inheritance came. Now Abraham, which received a blessing, had a son named Isaac, had a son named Jacob. Now watch this. When Abraham get ready to die, he says to his servant, I need you to find a wife for my son Isaac. And he went on search for a wife, a bride for Isaac, the bridegroom. What did he end up? This is Genesis chapter 24. He ends up at a well. And he finds Rebecca at a well. Now remember this now. This is very important that you get this. This is an inheritance that comes to a son, a groom, and now the son is looking for his wife. Listen to me, his wife. Now watch this. And so now, listen. So when Abraham says, you're about to receive the blessing, Isaac, but I need you to find a wife. And so he sends his servant into the town. This is Genesis 24. And what happens? He runs straight into this well. And Rebecca shows up at the wrong time. This next season of your life, God is going to show up at the well at the wrong time and ask you, are you ready to drink? Are you ready to come into covenant with me? I'm going to give you now. Watch this. Watch this. Jacob did the same thing. He runs for his life and he ends up at a well.
My God. Thank you, Lord.
And when he gets there at the well, here comes Rachel to the well and they make a connection at the well. And so Jesus said, this is the way that the inheritance and the connection happens. And so he says, I'm running into people that was disqualified and I'm asking them, are you thirsty? Are you ready for an inheritance?
Come on.
I'm going to meet you at the well.
Right there.
I'm going to meet you at the well. And so when he asking this woman, where's your husband? She said, I have not one. He says, good, because now you are able to marry me.
Woo, my God.
I am the bridegroom that's looking for people that were never qualified before. I'm ready to give them water that they never, ever have to thirst again. This is all about us coming into relationship, because when he says I will make an everlasting covenant, that means that the ultimate covenant is me coming into wedding, a marriage to you, matrimony. He said, I'm meeting you at the well. I'm sending away the people that would condemn this wedding. Because when they ask the question, if there anyone that's got aught against this, he said, I've already sent the disciples away. So nobody, it's between me and you. This is what God said to you. Between me and you. Everybody's out of the way. You have no excuses. Nobody can say anything to you. Nobody can object to this because it's just me and you. Now, this is an interesting story. I know there's more detail and I'm going to dig into this thing again. But when God showed me this, I almost ran out of... Listen, here it is. He's already performed the marriage ceremony with this woman. She done agreed. She said, I don't have nothing to stop me from marrying you. Because the people that I thought were the one that's going to supply for me, they ain't even mine. He said, you said that well, because I am the bridegroom that comes. Now, after the wedding is over with, it's been solidified, the Bible says, here comes the disciples. And when they walk into the area, they said, oh, Jesus, we done bought the meat. And he says to them, I have meat. You know not of. I never wanted you to go buy me something to eat. I just wanted you to get out of the way so I can get this person that is about to change the context of a whole city. She don't even know who she is because she don't have a name. Her name has been ruined. But when I marry her, I change her name from ruins. And she take on my name. And now she's going to be able to buy without money because of what comes in her connection to God. That's what God is saying. I'm ready to come and marry you and come into connection with you so that you will have my name. I'm going to take away the shame. I'm going to take away the reproach. I'm taking away the reproach. This is what Isaiah is talking. I'm taking away the reproach of the woman that had no husband. You're about to marry and take on my name, and you have the full qualifications and the resources that come behind my name. But you got to come to the well so that I can fill you up again. You got to come here and you got to ask me, Lord, I want it. Fill me up. Lord, fill me up with what you got. I've got to let go. First question, first requirement is, he says, give me something. If you give me something, then I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you something that will always be there. It's going to come from the inside of you constantly. We are ready to move. This is the greatest season of our life. Let's pray together. Father, thank you so much for your word and your revelation. Thank you so much for being our God. Thank you so much for being so incredible to us. Thank you so much for always looking. You have the resources. You have the thing that fills our soul. We just got to answer the clarion call. God, I thank you for being the bridegroom. You are looking for us to connect to us and to give us the promise that you promised us. But it all comes in the connection. We got to marry you, not date you. We got to marry you, Father. And I thank you for the commitment of those that are listening today. In Jesus' name, amen. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is a blessed time. This is a wonderful time. This is a beautiful time. This is the time, the day that the Lord has made. You better be rejoicing. Oh my God, you better be rejoicing. This is an interesting time. You better get ready because there's a call. Grab a hold to it, and God is going to give you. He's about to change the whole trajectory of your life. It's changing right now because of your connection to Him. Amen. 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 Now go to my YouTube page, Pastor G and Network of Believers. I'm excited. We're in Dallas tonight. I'm excited about being here. Thank God for His word. Thank God for His word. Look up and live. Yeah. Look up and live. Look up and live. It's time to live. Please hear me. Look up and live. For those of you who want to give, you can go to Cash App, NOBC. Cash App, NOBC. You already put that in there. NOBC. You can go look that up. Cash App, NOBC, and Cash App Pastor G 4 NOB, the number 4, Pastor G, the number 4 NOB, all one word. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for those of you that already support us. Blessings upon your life. Blessings upon your life. Blessings upon your life. Thank you forevermore. We appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Sarah, I'm going to have to up my game because she upping her game with her presentation. I got to do some of that stuff. Pastor Deidre, thank you so much. Mom, thank you. Pastor Melinda Downing, thank you so much. Thank you so much. She says, you do not know, but this message today is an answered prayer. I was wondering why I felt like I am in a box. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Go for more. There's more to it. There's more to you. Amen. Derek Anderson, blessings, man. Pastor Joel, blessings. Raina, blessings. Priscilla, blessings on blessings on blessings, Priscilla. That's our Priscilla. Laura Gustafson. Laura is an inspiration to everybody. Blessings on blessings. Who else is in here real quick? Pastor Angela, thank you. Tammy, favorite. Abrams, blessings, Tammy. Jessica Green, blessings, Jessica. Chosen Allen Tate, blessings, man. Pastor Christine Jones, blessings. Sonia, Jonathan, blessings to you guys. We'll see you soon. Jennifer, that's our Jennifer. I said Pastor Angela. Jennifer, blessings. Andrew Lewis, thank you. Joyce, blessings. Sheila, Joyce Scott. Smith, that's our Joyce. Sheila Butler, blessings. Katrina Robinson, blessings. Sean Crutchfield, blessings. Kashana Oates, blessings, Kashana. Who else? Fairchild Morgan, blessings. Thurman Stewart, blessings. Robbie Whitmore, blessings. Henrietta, blessings. Who else? All right. Thank you guys so much.
I need you to look at YouTube and go back and listen to this message because God has said that it is especially for you because you've got to understand who the husbandman is. So Thurman, go back and listen to this message.
You can look at it on Facebook. Go back to my Facebook. It's going to be here on my Facebook page. Blessings, y'all. Look up and live. Don't be fearful in this season. Go for it. 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 See you guys. Those of you that are in Dallas area, we're here in Dallas. For those of you that are in Little Rock tomorrow night, I shared a revelation with her on tomorrow night. I'm so excited about it. Already. I'm so excited. All right. Holla. I'll see you guys soon. Blessings.